Hello, my name's Leanne Peters. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au and Temple of Balance on Facebook. And I'm doing this bit of a technical, drumming video, especially for those of you who may have bought one of the drums that I've illustrated, just to give you a bit of a starting point on how to care for your drum, how to find your rhythm or your beat, how to play it, how to hold it, and all these sorts of things. So first of all, before I start, everything I'm sharing is what I've discovered or learned as I've gone, or what I've learnt from my drumming mentors. What I share might not be technically perfect, and there might be some people that might not agree with what I'm going to share, but it's just a starting point for you to find out what works for you. So basically we're talking about the Shamanic hoop drum. So this is a Shamanic hoop drum I've recently painted, illustrated here, and these particular ones, this is made by Maddock at Kindred drums. And Mike creates this, what he calls a donut, a timber donut here, and it's a timber frame. And this donut's designed for you to hold with your less dominant hand. So I'm right-handed, so I'd hold this with my left hand, and I've got my beater in my right hand. If you're left-handed, you may find that you need to hold your drum in your right hand and hold your beater in your left. So holding the drum like that is going to make it make some sound. If you were to hold it on your leg, like you might with a different style of drum, and go like this, the skin's not able to freely move. So you need to be able to keep this skin and the frame free from anything. So you hold it up against your body and it's going to muffle the sound. So keeping it free flowing and free moving is best with the Shamanic hoop drum. So holding it in your hand and then using your right hand, your dominant hand, as the one that holds the beater, the one that's going to play the drum. So when it comes to finding your rhythm or finding the beat, I've had some questions lately. How do I use it? How do I beat? How do I find a rhythm? Well, for me, I just like to use my intuition, but I do have a bit of a musical background, so I do have a bit of an awareness of the musical beats and the way kind of music works. So what I would suggest, if you're new to drumming, I'm going to show you a couple of different things you can do to help you get started with your rhythm or started with your beats. Probably the 1, 2, 3, 4 beat is probably a great base one that you can work on, you can get creative with, and you can work with that in your own way, at your own speed that works for you. So I'll show you what that would be, and I'm going to hit the one beat a bit louder so you can hear it, and I'm just going to repeat 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives you a 1, 2, 3, 4 example. Another beat you could try if you're just starting is a heartbeat. So you put your fingers on your pulse if you wanted to and feel for your own actual heartbeat to help get you started, or you can just feel for it. So a heartbeat's usually in 2 beats, which is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So it'll be something like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So with those basic 1, 2, or the heartbeat, or the 1, 2, 3, 4 beats, you can actually get creative and work out a pattern in your beats. So we'll do a pattern with the 1, 2, 3, 4 beat, and we're going to beat on 1, and we're going to beat on 3, 4, and we're going to leave 2 without beating. So listen to what this sounds like. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. So just like when you're in primary school or when you might have been playing with some clapping sticks, you can just find a rhythm that you enjoy. You can even use your hands to clap a rhythm out and then play it through your drums beating. So there are a myriad of ways that you can beat and rhythms that you can find, but you might want to think of it like I would musically in a 1, 2, 3, 4 beat or a 1, 2 beat. But if you don't want to count, that's fine. Just have a bash, have a play, and see what rhythm and beat that you can find. Now, it's not just about the beats that you do and the rhythm that you find. You can work with the surface of your drum to listen for different sounds and find what I like to call a sweet spot. Sometimes they have multiple sweet spots, and it depends on the energy of the day that you're playing. The sweet spot can change. So if there's a painting of some sort on your drum, you can also work with that, the energy and the painted areas, if that's what you want to do. If there's markings or a spine shape on your skin, then you can also work around that if you like. So I'm going to do just a basic 4 beat. I'm going to change the speed and go a little bit fast and a little bit slow so you can hear what that rhythm does faster and slower. And every now and then I'll count out 1, 2, 3, 4 so you can get up to speed with that rhythm if you like. But I'm going to work the surface of the drum, and you might see me focusing on one area for a little bit longer than the others, and that's because I've found a sweet spot. So I'm going to work with that sweet spot for that particular time period. So I'm going to work in the center, and then I'm going to work around the surface of the drum. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a bit of working over the surface of your drum. And I also like to change the speed, so going fast or slow, depending on how I feel and what I'm doing. So that's a bit about working the surface of your drum. Find your natural beat, trust in your intuition and what feels right at the time. Now, what can you do with your drum? You can drum quietly, go take some deep breaths, and go on a bit of a meditation if you like. You can drum on your body, usually with the back end, the open end, over your body. You can run it like this, all the way down and over your body to receive some healing. So if you'd really like to connect, let's say with your heart chakra, you may want to draw your drum up here and play it open-ended over your heart. You may want to use your drum for ceremony or celebrations or some type of ritual that you like to do. You might drum just for fun because you feel like getting your drum out and having a drum. You might drum to let go and release. So if you would do that, you might feel some emotion, some raw emotion coming to the surface and want to be working out how you can release and let that go. So what you might do then is express and connect with that energy in the drum and be playing and drumming and just letting all that emotion and that old stuff from your past just pour out of you through your drum. As you become more sensitive to your drum and as you connect with it more, you're going to be able to hear the drum's messages. It will speak to you. You'll hear that it feels a certain way or it feels a different way based on what you're hearing. I think of my drums as an extension of my body, and I've become really sensitive to my drums over the last decade or two since I've been working with them. So now your drum, caring for it, it's going to, the skin is a natural, real, genuine skin, a genuine hide that's come from an animal that's died of natural causes. And this skin is seen as a way to honour that animal and the spirit and essence of it. So the animal lives on through being transformed or used in the form of creating a drum. So this is a natural skin, and the skin is very sensitive to weather and humidity and temperature. So this drum now sounds really good. It's quite a nice pitch and tone. It's not too tight and high. It's not too loose and thunky, which it can get sometimes. So if your drum is all thunky when you pick it up and the skin's a bit loose, when you gently press on it like this, and let's say it might be raining outside for a few days or quite cold, if it's been in a cold room, it might be the skin might be quite stretched, which means that the drum's going to sound quite flat and thunky. It won't really make much of a beat, if you like. So if it's like that, what's a great idea is to bring your drum into a room that's a bit warmer. You don't want to put it in front of a hot fire or even for too long out in the sun, unless it's not a really hot sun. If it's just a winter sun, it might be okay for a little while, but just keep an eye on it, just to help the skin tighten up a bit until it sounds the way you'd like it to sound. Alternatively, if it's really hot and dry and it's quite hot in the room where it's being stored, the skin might start to go a bit tighter and feel really tight, and when you play it, it's very high-pitched, a high-pitched drumming sound. If that's the case, you can get a damp face washer and you can just rub it around the outer edge of the drum, not over the painted area, because it is water-based, it's going to rub off. You can do that, or you can lightly spray the inside of your drum with just a light mist of water. And that will just stretch the skin just a little bit to make it more of a deeper sound if it's a bit tight and high-pitched and dry weather. You might not want to store your drum on an external wall if it's a hot side of the house or a hot side of the room, and you also might not want to store your drum in a place where it's going to be in direct sunlight, because that really hot sun can actually crack the skin of the drum. If you're traveling with your drum in the car and it's a really hot day, then you might want to put a damp face washer in the bag with the drum just to keep a bit of moisture in that area. Or take your drum out with you. You might not want to leave it in a hot car for too long. My drum maker's wife, she talks about treating the skin of the drum just like baby skin. So very sensitive to temperature, very sensitive to heat, and dampness as well. So I keep that in mind. Caring for your drum, you can hang your drum up on the wall to display it when you're not using it. That's what we tend to do with ours. But just, again, just make sure it's not in direct sunlight or on a really hot external wall or right above a fireplace or something. You wouldn't want to be doing that. So on a wall that feels right, that's not in direct line of heat, is a great place to store your drum. You can slip your beater inside if you like, or you can hang your beater with the drum, or you can rest it on top if you prefer. You can carry your drum around by finding a bag that it fits in and just carrying it around with you. If you have to go on the plane, we usually put ours in a bag, like a large handbag, and take it on as carry-on. So we look after our drum and keep it with us. So I think that's all I really need to say. Have fun getting to know your drum and have fun getting to know yourself through your drum and connecting with it in your own special way. I trust this has been a helpful video for you, a bit sort of technical, and help you get started with what to do when you first get your drum and how to find your rhythm, your natural beat, and really get the most out of your drum experience. When you first get your drum, it's quite natural to feel a strong connection to it. So you might want to hold it at your heart quite often. You might even want to sleep with it under your bed of a night the first few days or the first week or so. You might be feeling so connected that you just want to play it all the time. And that's really normal. It's like you're both building a connection with each other. So trust that. Trust your intuition as you connect with your drum. So thanks for watching, and have fun playing your drum. Thank you. Namaste.